Hi everyone, welcome back to Music Body Mind. My name is Amelia and I'm a trombonist and yoga teacher. I am so excited to teach you core yoga today. This video has been highly requested by many of my musician friends. As musicians, our core is important because our abdominal wall, the abdominal muscles, are what supports our posture. So when we've been practicing for a long period of time, whether we're sitting in a chair or standing, our core is the most important part of our body to help us sustain that position. I have so many people come up to me and say, I experience low back pain when I've been sitting or standing for a long period of time. When our core is not engaged in supporting our posture and our spine, this can cause pinching, strain, or aching in our low back. Maybe you've experienced this before. So let's get started on our journey to build a stronger core. So today we are going to need a yoga mat. If you don't have one yet, then find a carpeted area or a softer surface that's going to feel a little bit better on your hands and knees. We're going to start in the tabletop position, so come on forward to your hands and knees. I have a couple modifications for you here. If you have sensitive knees, you can take a blanket underneath your knees for some extra cushion. I know as musicians, we're worried about our wrists a lot, so if this feels bad to put pressure onto our hands this way, you can come up onto your fists to take the crease out of your wrists. Sometimes this feels better. If you don't want any weight on your hands and your wrists at all, then come down to your forearms with your elbows right underneath your shoulders. So there are your two options if you have wrist issues. Find whatever is most comfortable for you. And if your hands are flat on the ground, make sure you spread your fingers wide and press your entire palm into your mat. Before we start with our core exercises, we're going to warm up our spine with some cat-cows. So from tabletop position, inhale, press your heart forward, look up towards the ceiling, arch your back. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, expand, lift your tailbone high. And exhale, drop your tailbone down. Inhale, reach forward, look up towards the ceiling, and exhale, curl everything under. Inhale, big reach, press your heart forward like you're trying to reach between your arms. And as you exhale, push away from the floor to round under a little bit more. Let's do a couple more. Big breath in, and deep breath out. Last one. Big inhale, maybe look up a little bit higher towards the ceiling. And exhale, look in towards your belly button. On your next inhale, come up to a neutral spine, right in the middle. So we're going to learn how to engage our core. So you will notice a big difference in my center when I drop my belly down towards the ground versus lifting my abs up towards the ceiling. And this is what we want. We want this lift up towards the ceiling because this means that our abdominal region is engaged. So maybe practice that a few times. You can practice lowering your belly down towards the ground and then think about pulling your belly button up towards the ceiling. Find that spot where you're nice and engaged and then tuck your toes behind you. Take a deep breath in and then as you exhale, lift your knees off of the ground. Great, so we're going to hold this for a few moments. Make sure you're breathing and keep your abs pulled up towards the ceiling. Here's 3 more breaths. Maybe drop your knees a little bit lower if you want some extra core action. 2. And 1. Slowly lower all the way down. So my hands are feeling a little funky. I'm gonna come up onto wrists. Definitely listen to your body if you need to adjust here. Now we're going to do some cat-cow crunches. So extend your left leg straight back, and then again, lift your core up towards the ceiling. Slowly lift your left leg up off the ground. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, curl under, draw your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend back, look forward, and exhale. So you can stay right here. If you want some extra work here to work on balance a little bit more, extend your right arm straight forward. So opposite arm is gonna come straight forward. Inhale to lengthen, look forward. Exhale, pull your elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, crunch it in. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, big reach. And exhale, curl under. Last one, inhale. Maybe exhale, lift your knee a little bit higher this time. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, lower all the way down. Other side. So take your right leg straight back. And then again, pull your abs up towards the ceiling. Let's start by lifting our right leg up. Big breath in. Exhale, knee comes in towards your chest. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, extend back, and exhale. So you can absolutely stay right here. Absolutely, get it? Sorry. Maybe reach your left arm straight out in front of you and add the crunches by elbows come in towards your chest. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, crunch. Let's do 2 more of these. Big reach, extend, fingers to toes. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, crunch it in. Lift your knee a little bit higher. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, lower it down. Take your knees wide, feet together. Let's sink back into child's pose to rest. Drop your head down towards the ground. Extend your arms out. And take a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, roll all the way back up to the top. If you have that blanket underneath your knees, you can remove it off to the side. And then come around to a seated position. So the next pose that we're going to do is called Navasana in Sanskrit, which translates to boat pose. So take your feet flat on the ground, take your hands behind your thighs, roll your shoulders back so your heart presses forward and we have a nice long spine. And then start to tiptoe your way back so you're balanced on your sit bones. We can start with our toes tapped to the ground. Reestablish your long spine. So draw your heart up, shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Try to hold that. So you can absolutely stay right here. I'm going to say that word a lot, I guess. Lift your left leg off the ground. And then maybe lift your right leg off the ground. So now we're balanced on our sit bones completely. You can keep your hands behind your thighs if you need it. Maybe extend your arms straight out in front of you. Last option, if you're feeling okay here and you really want to work out those abs, then maybe extend your legs all the way straight, but that's totally optional. So find your place for you. You can also tap your fingertips to the ground. We're going to count to 5. You're breathing the whole time. I'm going to count pretty slowly. So let's begin. Here's 5, 4. Again, make sure you're breathing. 3, lift up a little bit taller. 2, smile if you're not smiling. Yoga isn't serious. And 1, slowly lower your legs down, hug your knees, and round through your spine. Release, release, release. On your next inhale, come all the way back up to the top. We're gonna roll around onto our backs. So feet come flat, take your hands straight out in front of you. Roll slowly onto your backs. When you get there, take your hands flat to the ground, walk your feet in just a little bit, and then take your hands underneath your hips. So palms face down, hands can walk underneath your sit bones just a little bit. And this is just gonna help us with our next pose. So we're going to do some leg raises. Lift one foot up towards the ceiling, and then the other foot up towards the ceiling. So we want our core to be activated here again. Flatten out your shoulder blades on your mat. And then to activate our core, this time we're going to think about belly button towards the spine. So take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Press your belly button down towards the ground. Release that. You might notice some space under your low back. So when we do this, we're trying to press our low back down into the floor. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. Press your low back down into your mat. It's Try to hold that. Stay here for an inhale. As you exhale, lower your legs down away from your body, but only as far as you can go without your low back popping off the ground. Inhale, come all the way back up to the top, and exhale, lower slowly down. Inhale, come all the way back up, and exhale, slowly lower down. Keep your abs pressing into your mat. Inhale, reach up, and exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Did I say one more? I didn't mean that. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. This time we're going to hold. So legs extend long. Press your abs down into your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Now one more. Exhale, lower all the way down. Try to go a little bit lower, but only as far as you can go without your low back pressing off the mat. Push your abs down. Inhale, come all the way up to the top. And exhale. Release, hug your knees into your chest. Good job. So we have one more exercise here. Take your knees so they're right over your hips. You can bring your knees in a little bit more if that feels better. And then your shins are parallel to the ground, so you're making this box shape with your legs. Then take your hands to the front of your thighs. So this is a resistance exercise, and it doesn't really work unless you're engaged in your abdominal region. So let's eliminate that space underneath our low back again. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. Press your low back down. And when you do that, you might even feel your tailbone reach up towards the ceiling. Again, inhale and exhale. Let's hold that now. Hands come to your thighs. We're going to pull back with our legs and push with our hands at the same time. So we're forming a resistance here. So let's begin. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push your legs away, pull your hands back, and breathe. So if you're doing this correctly, you're gonna feel some shaking because your abs are pressing down into your mat and you're really pushing and pulling at the same time. Hold for 3 more breaths. 2, keep forming that resistance. And 1, release, release. Hug your knees into your chest. And gently start to rock back and forth if that feels good to you. And then release your legs a little bit and start to rock forward and back. Do this a few times, rock and roll, until you can gain enough momentum to come all the way up to a seat. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope your core feels a little bit more awake after this video. As your core gets stronger, you will see and feel a difference in your posture. I would love to continue helping you become a better musician through the practice of yoga. If you like this video, click that subscribe button so you can stay updated for all upcoming Yoga for Musicians videos. Happy practicing and namaste.